Question number 1, raise your hand if you get at least 7 hours of sleep 5 nights a week. 7 hours, 5 nights a week. Wow, well rested. Well rested, huh? There must not be a lot of hospital staff in the room. That's great. Question number 2, raise your hand if you move at least 45 minutes 45 minutes per day. At least 45 minutes every single day. All right. Not quite as well as we slept. About 75% raise their hand. Question 3, raise your hand if you get 3 honest servings of vegetables every single day. French fries and ketchup don't count. Okay. All right. We're about 20% there. So room to grow there, pun intended. Question 4, raise your hand if you have abstained from unprotected sex with strangers. All right. On it. These are real questions. I asked that question in New York. In May. And after a long silence, a dude in the front row broke the silence by asking, "Do you mean this week?" All right, question number 5. Raise your hand if you have at least 3 good friends that you can have a meaningful conversation with, you can call them on a bad day, and you like them. Well-connected crowd. In 1970, the average American had 3 best friends. Today, we're down to 1.5. Isolation statistically is as dangerous as a smoking habit, according to the Framingham Institute. I'll talk a little bit more about that in a little bit. And I'm scared to see what the results are going to be post-pandemic when it comes to Americans and real, actual relationships. Question number 6. Raise your hand if you belong to a faith-based organization and you show up 4 times a month. God love you. All right, everybody. Terrific. Question number 7. You've not smoked in the last 5 years. Phenomenal. And then finally, and this last question, according to Paul Costas, who is the director of the National Institutes of Aging, which is over at NIH, National Institutes of Health in DC, he says this is the most determinate question of whether or not you will reach a healthy age 90. And the question is, do you desire and believe that you have the health to reach 90? Do you desire and believe you have the health to reach age 90? You won't believe how many people don't actually want to answer that question because they're scared what it means to reach age 90. The reason why Paul Costa says that last question is so important is because you know 3 things that your doctor at Columbus Community doesn't know. You know how you feel today. You know how you've lived, how your lifestyle has been up until today, and you know how you tend to live going forward.